Hi friends, welcome back to another video. If you watched my 2026 intentions video last month, you know I mentioned one of my goals was to get through the majority of my physical TBR, which I have here in my nightstand. So I thought today I'd show you which books I have. I think there's like 14 of them, different categories that I would put them in. And yeah, tell you a little bit about each book and why I got them. And yeah, so let's get into the video. First category would be like the non-fiction books. I won this Fierce Conversations book after doing like a Kahoot in one of my classes. We had like a leadership boot camp before the start of each semester for my master's program. And so we did like a Kahoot to end that class, one of those classes, and I won. And so I got to pick one of the books, and this was the one. I just have a harder time with nonfiction books, so I started reading it and then was like, well, I want to read something a little more interesting. But I should get through it. Another one I have in that same nonfiction category is We'll Want to Change the World by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If you don't know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he was a basketball player. He played for UCLA. And for, was it the Lakers? But basically through Berkeley, had access to see him in person talk about his book. So my dad, my sister, and I went and we all got copies of the book. I started reading it. It's pretty interesting because it's about his journey in social justice movements. But again, I'm more of a fiction reader, so then I'm like, I get distracted by the other books. So I started reading it and then didn't finish it. That's another one. Last but not least in the nonfiction category is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. This was recommended, I think, twice in two different classes that I took. One of my life science classes and a bioengineering class. And again, started reading it, if you can see the bookmark. Didn't finish it, but it's about Henrietta Lacks, who's known for the HeLa cells, but basically she was never really given credit for her cells being used. And so this is her story. Next, we have two books that I got from Savers. I think they had like a deal for like 5 books for, I don't know how much. They had some sort of deal. I got like 5 books. There's 2 that I still haven't read. One is After You by Jojo Moyes. After You, I read Me Before You, and I liked Me Before You, but it's just been too long since I've read Me Before You that I feel like I don't remember what it was about, so I feel like I need to know what it was about to read After You. So I've been putting this one off, but we'll get to that. Here's the thing. So I picked up Twilight as well. I never was a fan of the Twilight movies, but I thought maybe if I read it, I would understand it more and maybe then could rewatch the movies. The issue is because it's a series, I feel like if I read one of them, I have to read the rest of them. And so that's what's kept me from starting this one. I actually don't know where I got this one. This one actually might have been also from Savers, or I feel like my sister might have given this to me, but I don't know where she got this from. It's Married for a Month by Susan Mallory. Like a little romance book, which I do tend to like, but it's just a funny little shape. It's so small. So that might be a good one to get through soon. Next we have Court of Thorns and Roses. I asked for this one for my birthday. I believe this was from my friend Sydney, my old roommate Sydney. But again, because it's a series, I'm like, well, once I read this one, if I like it, I'm gonna have to read the rest of them. And I'm like, do I want to start a series right now? So I've been putting this one off, but I feel like everybody likes this series. So I'm excited to read it. This I got from Home Goods, I think. It's the Summer I Turned Pretty whole series. The books are all pretty small, so I feel like I could get through them pretty fast. And I started watching the TV series right before the last season aired, so I binged them, and I really enjoyed it. Team Connie. So I kind of want to read them. I hear Jeremiah's not as bad in the books as he was in the show, so I do want to read it, but it's also like I do already know the general story. So I think that's what kind of kept me from it. Also because it's a series, I have to read all of them. Next we have Book number 3 in the Harry Potter series, the Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. So when I was talking about this different series and how I didn't want to start them, it's because I've already started the Harry Potter one. I've watched all the Harry Potter movies and I love them, so I wanted to read them, and my friend got me this like fancy little one. She got me the first one, and so I read that one like a year, maybe 2 years ago, and then my family got me the second and third one, so I read the second one, but I try to space out like how often I read them, so I've been reading a few other books, and then I'll get back to my Harry Potter and read this third one. This one is for sure my sister's favorite, at least movie, so I feel like this is the plot that I know the best because we would watch it the most often. Next we have 2 Book of the Month books. I started my Book of the Month subscription a couple years ago, and then I tried to pause it because I had too many books, and then I forgot that, because I would just pause it, and so then it's like a certain amount of time before it starts again, and then I forget about it, so then I end up having extra credits. So I had credits, so I got 2 more books. This one was from September 2025, The Heartbreak Hotel. Again, you'll know that I love a little romance book, so this one is it says, a bed and breakfast for the brokenhearted might hold the key to another chance at love in the achingly hopeful debut romance. And the next one is The Second Chance Cinema from October 2025. And this one is an engaged couple discovers a magical movie theater that challenges what they know about themselves and each other. This captivating debut brimming with nostalgia and life-affirming wonder. This one seemed really interesting. It was a little like magical-ish. So I thought might be my next one. That one seems really interesting. Then last but not least is Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. This one my roommate in college read, so she gave it to me to read. I don't know. It seems, I don't know why. I think I just put this at the bottom of my little stack, and so I never picked it up, but she liked it. This one says, in this exhilarating novel by the best-selling author of The Storied Life of A.J. Vickery, 2 friends, often in love but never lovers, come together as creative partners in the world of video game design, where success bridges them fame, joy, tragedy, duplicity, and ultimately a kind of immortality. Pretty interesting. So I have to get through this one as well. And so those are all the books I have currently. I am right now reading a book on my Kindle, and I have Kindle Unlimited for like 3 months because there was a little like holiday deal. So now I'm like, well, I have to use that before it's up. So I'm reading Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I'm like about halfway through right now. And I keep telling myself I could read a book on my Kindle and a physical book at the same time, but I found that I can't really do it. So once I finish that, I'll choose one of these books. I think this one's Calling My Name. But maybe I'll do one of these and then I'll do one of the nonfiction ones and then go back and forth. That way I'll force myself to actually read the nonfiction. But yeah, those are the books I have waiting for me this year. And my goal is to get through, I think I said 75% of them. So what is that, like 10 books, which is doable. I normally read at least 1 book a month. So once it's more. So this is some of what I'll be reading this year. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want a video on what I read last year, I think I made a video previously. I might have gone through 2022 and 2023 of my bookshelf. But I can show you my 2025, 2024 books as well if you want. And so yeah, with that, leave a comment below on if you've read any of these books or what you'll be reading this year. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.